A few years ago, community care with the VA came out where if someone can't get care through the VA immediately, they have outside access, but they have to get approval for it or have to be a certain time period. So the perk to having Medicare as well is that it gives them access to just other providers. Whether they want a second opinion or they're not happy with their care, it gives them other options.
So the VA actually lists 4 reasons veterans who either maybe are of the age and receiving Medicare should keep it, or if they're getting ready to turn 65 next year, that they should enroll. I want to break these down so that they have a better understanding, our veterans who are watching or their family members have better understanding of why the VA says that these 4 reasons are so important. Okay. So the first one is having Medicare really does give vets more options. And you hear that and you think that's great. I mean, but would you explain why that is so important?
Absolutely. So a few years ago, community care with the VA came out where if someone can't get care through the VA immediately, they have outside access, but they have to get approval for it or have to be a certain time period. So the perk to having Medicare as well is that it gives them access to just other providers. Whether they want a second opinion or they're not happy with their care, it gives them other options.
Plus, we hear and have for years now that frustration among veterans who say, you know, I'm trying to get in to see this doctor, but it's taking 6-8 months.
Yeah.
I mean, this truly does give them another option.
Definitely.
That doesn't maybe involve having to wait so long, certainly, for sure. Okay, second, you never know if funding could change also. And we've heard that complaint from veterans as well.
Yeah, so I don't think that one will ever happen. I certainly hope it doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, the VA is a line item in the budget.
Yeah.
If that budget ever get cut, that's really bad.
A lot of people would be very upset by that.
Yeah, that's letting go of our veterans, and we shouldn't do that.
Third, a delay in enrolling can get expensive if you end up needing Medicare. Would you explain how that could happen?
Definitely. So we've run into this past couple of years. I had 2 people come to me who were both 75, had only used the VA. Both unhappy with their care. One was pretty sick, the other one just wasn't getting the answers he wanted. So because they waited 10 years, they both had a 100% Part B penalty for late enrollment because they didn't have credible coverage. So essentially the way it works is if someone doesn't enroll in Medicare at 65 when they're first eligible, they incur a 10% penalty for each year they wait to enroll, and it's a lifetime penalty.
Wow. Okay. All right. Fourth, specifically Medicare Part D can really help offset prescription drug costs, and prescription drug costs can be just through the roof, particularly as we age.
Yeah. So the VA is credited for Part D, and that's one thing we definitely, if a veteran is going to Medicare, whether they use the VA or not, we recommend they try and reach out to the VA, just in case they get something very expensive, because the cost of VA medicines are significantly less than what civilians have access to.
So what are the enrollment deadlines then for someone who maybe is a veteran and just never thought that they had to consider this? They might not even follow the deadlines at all.
Right. So the deadline right now for annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. If someone has never enrolled in Part B before and they need to now, they'll incur a penalty. But for that, they have January 1st through March, end of March, to enroll. It's called the general enrollment period. And there's another time period, January 1st through March 31st as well. It's called the open enrollment period, where somebody didn't make a decision, they want to make one at that point, they still have options for it.
And I feel like, because I have elderly family that live with me, I feel like that the government's pretty good about sending out mailers too to let you know that maybe you know, that this is the time to sign up.
Not so much from the government, it's more from all the insurance companies. People are being hounded right now. If someone's on Medicare, they probably know it's time to look at their plan.
And you need to. And don't wait till the last minute. We
No.
discussed that, in fact, last week when you were here, particularly, that there are some big changes that are happening next year with Medicare, and you don't want to get yourself into a situation where you think that what you currently have, which will roll over, will take care of you, and that might not necessarily happen, particularly if there's been a change in your doctors as well.